It's time to check your money with America's Money Maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and the registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. Vicki, how you doing? Hey, you got your green on for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow? Is that what that is?
That is exactly what I'm doing, but I decided I had to throw a little pink with it. You know
I
that.
know that's right.
I can't just be
Right?
walking around in
Look,
green.
I know the soror said that's blasphemous. What you talking about? What you talking about?
No, I'm fixing it. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, are you celebrating St. Patrick's? Or you are,
I mean,
go out with the guys and the, whatever
do
up at
the green
Tipperary Hill?
bed. Nah,
Yeah.
I'll be chilling tomorrow. I'll be
Okay.
chilling. Yeah.
I don't blame you. Okay.
Had the
I
big
might
parade
enjoy.
yesterday. Yeah.
That parade is always, what is it? Only lasts about 20 minutes, right?
No, it's not. It's longer than 20. It's a couple of hours.
I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm
I
thinking
don't
about
know
a
what you
different
think.
parade. I didn't do the parade, so I'm asking
So,
you. Okay.
what I would say to you is that what I appreciate about the organizers of the parade, and I say the Irish are a hardy lot because it has been a monsoon. Now, yesterday they were blessed, right? Because it was a better day than some of the days.
Right,
Okay?
right, okay.
Because most of the time it's like blustery and those folks is they're doing their thing. You like that?
Yes, I love the way you get a full shot of you doing your Kelly dancing there, okay?
Wait, I gotta get my hands behind my back.
Yes, yes. Have you ever tried to do that?
No. I think
No, it's
stepping
tough.
I think stepping is enough.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, wait a minute now. You gonna put stepping up against that?
I'm telling you. Come on now.
Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Anyway, George, this week I'm gonna call my Epiphany Week.
Epiphany. Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, I know that that probably sets a really high expectation, and I hope I can live up to it. But there's some things that have happened this week that absolutely were like mind-opening, mind-blowing clarity, okay, that I was not expecting. So I want to share that with you. But before I go there, I want to give everybody a couple of to-dos that I just want to clear off from last week.
Okay.
We talked about the possible disruption of Social Security
We did.
and the fact of that with many of the layoffs and closing of Social Security offices around the country and people being let go, there was a high probability that we would see some level of disruption in either payments or processing over the next 60 to 90 days. That still exists. And in fact, the possibility of that has actually ratcheted up some.
Mm.
So, what I am asking everyone, listen to me carefully, I'm asking everyone to please do go to ssa.gov, that's the Social Security Administration, today, ssa.gov, and create your own online account. Now, there's some security questions that'll come up, information, okay, that they will use to make sure you are you. But once you create your own account, you can get a copy of your Social Security file. The Social Security file basically is going to show all of your work history, what was paid into Social Security for you over the what number of years that you've worked, and what your current anticipated monthly payout will be when you reach the triggering ages 62, 67, 70, depending on what your age is. You need to have your own personal copy of that record. If you were already, you're probably thinking, well, if I'm already over Social Security age, Vicki, I don't really have to worry. I'm still telling you, go get your records.
Hmm.
Make sure you have control of the information. Why am I insisting on this? If you recall, about 4 weeks ago, I told everybody, maybe 5, that had student loans to go get a copy of their records. They shut the system down shortly after that, and you
Mm.
can't get a copy of your records.
Now
So for those individuals,
some people say that may be a good thing.
well, for
Maybe
those
not,
people
right?
who've been working through remember the public service loan forgiveness program that I talked about a couple years ago,
Yes.
that you needed 120 payments
Mm-hmm.
in order to qualify.
Yes.
One of the reasons
Aha.
that the Biden administration spent so much time going through all of those records, because if you also remember, it was a terrible number of individuals who had actually qualified because the record keeping was so bad during that time that Biden administration spent months and months and months of finally clearing up all those records, and millions of people, remember that segment that we had? Millions of people actually qualified for loan forgiveness. They received their loan forgiveness, and in many cases, they actually some people got refunds because they had overpaid so much because the records were so bad. Well, the federal loan systems, as far as the financial aid systems that were calculating and carrying all this information, have been shut down.
Mm.
So you can't get your records. So I'm telling everybody, listen to me again. Go to the Social Security Administration, SSA.gov. Get a copy of your own Social Security record. I would prefer that you actually print it out, but if you don't have a printer capability, create a PDF and save it to your computer. And then later on, have somebody print it for you, but make sure that you have both a digital copy and a full old school paper copy.
Paper copy.
Okay? Paper copy in your hands. All right. Because it's going to be vitally important in the future for you to understand, and it will give you it's very easy to do. I mean, when I say easy to do, take you maybe 10 or 15 minutes to get it done.
Okay.
All right. Here's my epiphany, George.
Mm.
We have been watching very carefully the unwinding of the federal government, the increase in unemployment because of the massive number of layoffs that are happening through federal employment, the employment numbers starting to creep up, unemployment numbers, excuse me,
Right.
because of the tariffs, and tariffs causing disruption in the economic system.
It's
All
reckless.
what?
It's reckless. But anyway.
It's reckless. I'll go with you. It's reckless. Okay. In fact, I think I said once, but I'll say it again. I had no idea and didn't have an understanding. And I kept asking my research staff, why is the president intentionally destroying the economy? Why is he intentionally pushing us toward recession? Still, that's a question, but it's a question that's being asked more and more and more with more and more forcefulness through the economic and the business community right now.
Right. And many of the conservative, the Wall Street Journal, CNBC, a lot of these
A lot of the
platforms.
conservative newscasts, news programming now, because we're all confused. Okay.
Yeah.
And so here's the epiphany. And I'm going to back up
I'm
and give you
waiting for this epiphany. Let's go.
some context. Have you ever heard of a play called Hades Town?
I went to see it here.
What did you think about it?
I mean, I loved it. I was sad at the end. I'm not going to give it away. But yeah, I thought,
Do you remember the song in Hades Town called The Wall?
I don't remember that song.
My children, why do we build a wall? We build a wall because we want freedom. We want
Hmm.
freedom from the enemy. Who is the enemy, my children? The enemy is poverty.
Hmm.
We continue to build a wall because we want those who have not to be here with those who have. Okay, now I'm not singing it. I'm giving you the overview of the context. Well, anyway, first of all, congratulations to Baldwinsville Theater Arts Program. I went to see it over the weekend. And you're thinking at a high school, they actually were incredible. I had not heard of this play before. But during that time when so Melissa, my director of operations, her son, Rory, I'll go ahead and make sure and say congratulations, Rory, was one of the musicians in Hadestown, and he invited me and Orlean. So as I'm sitting here and we get to this particular song, it dawned on me what the song was really saying is that the separation, and if you recall, Hadestown was a plot for Ulysses and Orpheus, and based on Greek mythology of an underworld that was created to escape poverty. An underworld that was created to escape poverty, and there was a continued building of this wall to separate societies from each other. But the plot twist is that those who were building the wall could never stop building the wall. They could never stop building the wall because they had to continue to work in order to protect themselves from the enemy. And the enemy was poverty, and they never saw the sun again. They never saw the outside world again. They never commingled with society again. They just continued to what? They continued to build this wall. I started crying in the middle of the play. I couldn't believe what I was hearing and how much it relates to the issues that we are having today concerning, and it also brought home
What's
for me.
the epiphany, though?
Here's the epiphany. We always ask each other, how could individuals vote against their own self-interest?
Come on.
And the voting of their own against their own self-interest, we look at on the outside and say, you are an African American voting for people who don't love you, don't like you. Okay. But their own self-interest, how could you do that? But if your own self-interest is about trying to make sure that you are never one of those who have not, is it really against your own self-interest? The answer is yes, but do you realize the context around it? It was the first time it gave me an opportunity to at least say, maybe this is what's happening versus what I see as being just a loss of their whole spirit. Now, I am going to see this play probably, and everybody listen, it's called Hades. Like, you know, Hades, Hades Town. You can actually pick it up on YouTube, at least segments of it. But if you have an opportunity to go see it, but most of all, I want you to go listen to the song, The Wall. I really want you to spend some time listening to those words and letting those words sink into your soul. So shortly after that, George, I was on, I love YouTube. Okay, I was on YouTube and ran into a podcast called The Moonshot. The guests that night were Van Jones and will.i.am. I'm going to try and tie this together. I told you I wasn't sure how this was going to work. Okay? But Van Jones and will.i.am were there to have a discussion about what's really happening with AI. What is this really about, and how can you participate, and so forth. So, and we always talk on the surface level, you know, go get the apps and all that kind of stuff, but that's not where this conversation went. This conversation was around the fact of, remember I talked about maybe a couple of months ago, we're at a jump ball moment.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Why do you think so many kids from inner city, particularly kids who have less than, play basketball versus hockey?
Because basketball, the equipment, you only need a ball and a hoop.
You only need a ball and a hoop. You only need the accessibility, the access to capital to participate is so much lower. And that's why there's a dominance in that sport of kids who have less than others who have to spend thousands in order to get the equipment,
you got to get the
ice
skates,
time, and all those
pole, the thing,
all those types of things.
Right, and ice time, right?
And ice time. Well, their point was this: we happen to be, when they say we're at a jump ball moment, right now, the access to information for the first time in almost the history of the world.
Everybody got it.
Everybody got it.
Yeah.
But if you have me running around in circles with disruptions on top of disruptions on top of disruptions, it gives me time to repackage and make it inaccessible again.
That's what you're doing with that. I see you.
Okay, make it inaccessible again. So what
Right.
I'm asking everybody is this: stop for a moment and go to two things. Look up two things. The movement called Make Wakanda Real,
Okay.
Make Wakanda Real, and the program that's for free with Will I Am, which is called FYI AI.
Okay.
Because right now, because of the fact that AI is on a free platform and they've created an even bigger platform, and not enough people are coming so that you can get, it's not even just a matter. Do you know that AI can teach you what you don't know? If you don't know how to read, you can get an avatar in AI that will teach you how to read. If you don't know, your math skills are not what they should be because you had lousy schools and unfair disadvantages in the programs, you can get an AI that will teach you everything that you need to know. But here's the thing about AI that I was talking about with basketball. All you need is the app.
All you need is the app.
And it's for free right now. It's like basketball versus hockey.
Say that app again, Vicky.
Okay. Wakanda, make Wakanda real.
Mm-hmm.
That's the website. Okay. That's the movement. But the
Right.
other one is FYI AI.
FYIAI. Okay.
Right. It's like blue with a little, it's like the thing that makes you think. Okay. Square around it.
Right.
Download it. Okay.
Okay. You
All right.
dropping real science today, Vicky.
Okay.
Not that you
So
don't drop
here,
real science every day, but this, what I feel about this right here, these are game-changing kinds of things.
we are at a game. That's my point. We are at a game. I love you, George. We are at a game changing moment, and it's the door is wide open. But here's the even bigger thing:
Mm,
the power of AI is unleashed by people who are most creative,
mm-hmm.
because it's not the technical of the coding. Because the technical of the quote coding, which we talked about for year after year, I'm not saying don't learn coding, but you don't have to know coding in order to control AI. It's about having the creative capacity to communicate with the system and have the system work in conjunction with you to create the next thing.
Mm,
You could even say to AI, I need your help teaching me what AI is
mm.
and how to properly use it. It is like having another persona walk with you through the valley of the shadow and make sure that you understand on the other side. Make Wakanda real
Let's go.
is the movement that Van Jones is working with, because we need visuals sometimes. Yeah, I love what he said. You know,
And you know
um,
Van Jones is complicated, but we ain't talking about that right now.
that's no, I know that. I know that. I know
But it's
all the
okay. We
complicated.
just, and you know, we just want to keep it real with the audience. We know he
That's fine.
complicated. Yeah.
Forget the complications right now, because a
Right.
lot of us had to go through some complications in order to get here.
That's
Okay.
true. Okay. But we know that. Okay.
All right.
We know we know what's up, y'all.
Will I am, okay,
Yeah.
through the FYI AI, get the system. I am going to be working more and more to try and understand as much as I possibly can about all of the aspects. But here's the thing that I absolutely understand. This is a watershed moment.
Mm,
Probably the first time in the history, at least of this country, but maybe in the history of mankind, where the playing field is absolutely level.
mm.
Absolutely level. But it won't be for long, because I can feel the efforts right now to tilt it again and to hide the information again, to bury it again, to make it inaccessible, to make it unattainable. This is the time, folks. This new industrial revolution we talked about was coming. It's the door is open right now, and we have the opportunity and the responsibility to make sure that we make Wakanda real. Okay, George.
Mm.
What and okay, you got something you want to say to me before I close?
Nah, I mean, it's more nothing more to say. You done dropped some science here just now.
Okay, all right then. So if you have any questions, oh, I forgot to do something. I forgot to shut down the registration, pre-registration link. So you probably got 2 days before I'm going to shut it down because I got some more this
For
morning.
the 2026
For the 2026 Black History Month Jazz and
Cabaret.
Arts Cabaret.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut that down. So, probably on Monday afternoon, as soon as I get back to the office, we'll make sure that's shut down.
Okay.
But we got a lot of responses. I am so happy to see the numbers of responses that we have. If you have questions, feel free to give us a call at area code 315-930-4499. But what's even better, reach out to us through LinkedIn or Facebook or directly through our website. We'd love to talk to you. Be sure and share and subscribe to our newsletter, Eyes on the Week Ahead. And at this point, George, I will say our plate is absolutely full.
Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. She is America's money maven.